Greetings, brethren. Today we talking about was Mary sinless, as the Catholics do say, what is also known as the Immaculate Conception. You know, people misunderstand the Immaculate Conception is not talking about the virgin birth, which yes, that's withheld in the doctrine, but um, it doesn't mean that Jesus wasn't born perfect. That's not what it's handling. It's what it's handling is that um, Mary was immune to the original sin. She was provided as the holy ark of the new covenant, that so the Savior, that she would not pass on the original sin, so the Savior could be sinless. That's what the Immaculate Conception is. So we'll discuss here um, Immaculate Conception. Catholics believe God made Mary free from the original sin. Also, they believe as long as she has been in existence, Mary has been totally free of sin. Catholics believe Mary was a type of the Ark of the Covenant and was worthy to carry the Son of God. As the Ark of the Lord in Moses' day carried the elements of the Old Covenant within it, the tables of the covenant, the Aaron's rod that buddeth, um, so Mary carried the author of the New Covenant within her. The Roman Catholic Church argues that the Immaculate Conception is necessary because without it, Jesus would have received his flesh from one who was herself a slave to sin. Mary, as the mother of the Redeemer, needed for her flesh to be free from the power of sin, and gave her the privilege, and God gave her a privilege from her time in the womb. Mary was sanctified because of her special role in the bringing of the Son of God incarnate into the world. So that's what that says. So we'll discuss this. Is this true? Can we refute it? So they get this from Luke 1:42. Says, and she spake out with a loud voice and said, Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb. But what does this mean? She was specially chosen. Yes, she was chosen amongst women, blessed among women. Why? Because she would give birth to the Savior, the Messiah. That's why she was chosen to give birth to the Savior. Luke 1:30, verses 30 to 31. And the angel said unto her, Fear not, Mary, for thou hast found favor with God. So she found favor or grace with God, and behold, thou shalt conceive in thy womb and bring forth a son, and shalt call his name Jesus. Or shalt bring forth a son of God, or son of the highest. But Mary herself submitted voluntarily submitted unto the Lord as a servant of God. She was not held an exalted position of sinlessness. Luke 1:38. And Mary said, Behold the handmaid of the Lord, be it unto me according to thy word. And the angel departed from her. So she was a servant of the Lord, although she was upright, righteous, servant of the Lord, devout servant. Doesn't mean she was free from the ability of sin. Doesn't mean that. She submitted unto the Lord, be it unto me according to his word. So it's like, so be it. I am the mother of the Savior, of the Messiah, of this child. And so, but she also said in Luke 1:46-47, and Mary said, My soul doth magnify the Lord. My spirit hath rejoiced in God my Savior. So let's think about that for a minute. So why would a sinless person need a savior? They wouldn't need a savior. So that cannot be so that she was sinless. But how do we tackle the problem? Would Jesus inherit a sin nature? Would Jesus be sin? Would that make Jesus a sinner if he inherit the original sin from the mother, from Mary? Or would he be sinless? Let's discover this. Well, Jesus Christ himself, he was born a child, born human. His humanity was born as a child, human frailty just like us. He grew as a child. He what did I say? He he was born a child. He grew as a child. Luke 2:52, and Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and found favor with God and man. Now, this could be complicated. You could complicate this. Would that make Jesus not God? No, he grew up in human wisdom and stature as a child. This is just he grew up as a child, a human, to know what it is like to be a human. And he grew up and he found himself as a human and felt the human condition and frailty. Hebrews 4:15. For we have not a high priest which cannot be touched with the feeling of our infirmities, but was in all points tempted like as we are, yet without sin. So what does this mean? It doesn't mean he had to wrestle with lust and stuff like that. No, he was tempted in pain and anguish and tempted in as we would, but yet without sin. So how do we wrestle this between that he felt the human condition, but he was without sin? 1 Corinthians 15:45, and so it is written, the first man, Adam, was made a living soul, and the last Adam was made a quickening spirit. He's the second Adam, the last Adam, a new creation. He wasn't in the line of the first Adam or fallen man. He was a new Adam, or a Adam prior to the fall. He did not inherit the fallen humanity, but was made a quickening spirit. So something inside of him, it was made a quickening spirit. So he was divine, and the first Adam was made a living soul. So there's something different there. He is God, and he is innocent human, a non-fallen human. So and also he did not have a human father. His father was God, and that headship, Adam was culpable for Mary to Eve, because he was the head, and by one man's disobedience, many were made sinners. So so it was Adam. We have a new head or representative, and one was made not a living soul or like the first Adam, but it was divine and said prior to the fallen state. As a human, he had to learn obedience to the Father because he suffered with fear, like fear, like he was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane. Let this cup pass from me, but nevertheless, not my will, but thine will be done. So he had to learn obedience, even obedience unto the death of the cross. Philippians 2:8. And being found in fashion as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient unto death, even to the death of the cross. So he didn't inherit the sin nature because he was not made after the fallen state of man. And Mary said God was her savior, and if she was sinless, not to be able to sin, then why would she need a savior? So she wasn't sinless, but a devout follower of God. So that's what we have. We are refuted immaculate conception. She was a sinner, but a devout servant of God who needed a savior. All right, hopefully this helps you, give you some insight. We'll see you next time. Thank you and take care.